Hi, my name is Kiwana Kova, and I am currently finishing up my degree for a Bachelor's of Science in Elementary Education and Special Education. In my opinion, my teaching philosophy has grown and developed in many ways. In the beginning, I would be extremely nervous walking into the classroom knowing that I would be taking over a lesson soon. My stomach would be in knots. There would be thoughts going through my head. I would overthink from the night before up until it was time to present my lesson. These thoughts would take over my mind and I would freeze instantly in front of the classroom. I couldn't understand why, being that I worked in a classroom as a paraprofessional for over 6 years. But at that moment, all eyes were on me. At first, it was overwhelming. While presenting my lessons, I will fumble over my words and confuse myself. I would put so much stress on myself that I would doubt my own teaching ability. At one point during my elementary education student teaching, I wanted to give up because I felt like I was not presenting the lesson as well as my cooperating teacher. But my cooperating teacher explained to me that she felt the same way while she was completing her student teaching. She told me not to put so much stress on myself and just take my time. We had a conversation after school for about 20 minutes, and she explained to me when she felt things didn't work out, she would go home and write down what worked throughout the lesson and what she needed to change. Later that day, I went home and sat down at my desk, took a deep breath, and wrote down what worked while I was teaching and also what needed to be changed the next time I took over a lesson. One thing I wrote down that I needed to take was taking my time presenting the lesson as well as giving students time to think about what was being asked. Being that I had all of these thoughts running in my head, I just wanted to get the lesson over with. Throughout my years of teaching and completing observation hours, I used what I observed and learned and stood in front of the class the next day and taught my lesson perfectly. I have grown tremendously throughout my student teaching. I gained confidence and motivation. What helped me the most was asking my cooperating teacher as many questions as possible and also taking notes while she was teaching the class. Students in the classroom are now answering all of my questions and participating by adding their own input. This has now motivated me to keep pushing through with my student teaching and also has shown me how much I've grown throughout my educational career. During our most recent times in the world, technology has taken over tremendously. When it comes to teaching and technology, these two go hand in hand and is now a thing in the teaching world. Meaning the world was shut down, causing school districts to close their doors and teach remotely. In the beginning, transitioning to remote learning was extremely difficult, not only for teachers, but for students as well. Just trying to get them adjusted to logging on for morning meeting or just simply uploading assignments to Seesaw or Google Classroom. It was so difficult to the point where most students wouldn't log on due to limited internet access or just not having access to a laptop. Teachers all over the world had to scramble just to teach everyday lessons. In today's teaching, technology is still being used in the classroom. Many online programs are being used, such as Lexia Core 5, which is a foundational reading program, RAS Kids, which is an online reading program that provides them with books based on their own reading level. Go Math, where students are completing math quizzes, games, videos, and other math activities, and many other online programs and continuing students' learning. These online programs help students extend their learning of the materials learned in the classroom. While students are working on these online programs, teachers can now walk around the classroom providing group support or one-on-one practice. I would implement the Christian worldviews of compassion by creating a school culture in which kindness is valued and practiced each time students step into the class building. Also, creating a classroom environment where all students are treated equally and with compassion. Promoting this type of environment in the classroom will not only increase cooperation, but increase student learning as well. When working in my future classroom, I plan to have an open forum where students feel comfortable communicating without feeling judged. This is my promise to my future students while supporting their everyday learning. Thank you.